Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 80 Deuce, baby. Episode 82. And if you don't know, I was a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division. So this is a very special episode. Um, if you're following along, I'm 96 hours into my fast, but I had two meals, two low carb Atkins phase one type meals, meat and salad, meat and vegetables, eggs and vegetables, whatever I had for those two meals. Worked out hard these 4 days of fasting. Even though I ate the two meals, I think it gave me a little more energy. I hit the gym at work a couple times, and I went to my other gym a couple times. So I think between the fasting, 48-hour fast, and I had one meal, 24-hour fast, and I had one meal, and then 24 more hours, and I got home from work today, and the 96 hours was up. So didn't really prep for this video, guys. It's like 9:20 and I was watching TV. I was watching some videos about going to Cebu, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't go live yet. I gotta catch you guys up. So I got home. I worked out hard at work too. I for lunchtime, I went on my lunch break and just worked out for 45 minutes. I did a half hour on the treadmill and some weights. And then a buddy at work was like, hey, let's work out. So on my last break at like 5 o'clock, we went in there for another half hour, whatever. Got a good workout on the treadmill and more weights. We get warmed up on the treadmill, but just like 30-minute workout of just all back and biceps, just crushing it, just lat pull downs, curls, cable rows and preacher curls and whatever. We're just killing it. We did like 3 sets of 10 on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things. So it was a bunch of, I was smoked. Anyway, so I forgot to even write it down. So it was weigh-in day, and I really didn't think I was going to lose any weight because I was 242 last time. 2 times ago I was 245, which was a 0-pound difference. So 3 times ago, and I'm talking times is a 4-day fast and a 4-day eating. I was 245, then 8 days later I was 245, then 8 days later I was 242. So I've only lost 3 pounds in the last like 24 days. And I was feeling pretty stagnant, because I was getting just bored of the fasting. But the Atkins is such an effective weight loss diet that I was like, even if I don't lose any weight this week, I'm just going to keep sticking with the Atkins because long term, it's going to cause me to lose a lot of weight. I know that. So I got home and I had some eggs and cheese and salad vegetables, and then I make my homemade dressing every time now. It's so awesome. I'm gonna tell you what I guys did in a minute. I spiced it up a little different today. It was awesome too. But so I weighed in first, and you guys, I was 239 pounds. So I busted that 240, guys. So 270, 260, 250, 240. I am 31 pounds down. And I still have the whole rest of March, and it's only the 4th. So I am pretty pumped. If I don't hit the 218, which is looking highly likely, fine. But man, if I could get under 230 even, and then I'm leaving for April I'm leaving for the Philippines on April 16th. So that would give me 16 days 15 extra days after the 1st to get to the 16th to tighten up and tone up a little more before my trip, because it's going to be a lot of beach body type clothing. Now, I don't have the beach body yet, but the clothing for the beach. And so I want to get a little bit better shape and a little more toned up and a little less flabby. I'm getting that weight loss now. I don't want to stand up and show it right now because I'm not dressed. It's like losing a few more pounds over the last few weeks. It's even jigglier than it was, and but that's when that fat is getting real soft and liquidy and easily burned up. So feeling good about that, not looking 100% yet, but I am definitely getting there, guys. Yeah, I'm just looking at my calendar here, and even while fasting, and even though I ate twice during my fast, I got down to 239, and I'm so curious, like, would have it been any different if I didn't eat those 2 meals? Because they were just meat and vegetables, both of them. It was a steak and a salad, and it was eggs in a salad or something like that. Or I don't even remember now. It was 2 meals. One after 48 hours and then one 24 hours later. And then now it's been 24 more hours. I weighed in, I was 239. And I had a 3-egg cheese omelet with onions and cheese. It was awesome. And then I let myself digest that for like a half hour. And then I had my big salad. I didn't have everything. I ran out of mushrooms. I ran out of peppers. But it was still awesome because of my new homemade dressing. So I'm tweaking it a little bit. It's equal parts of olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and then I'm squirting in the spicy brown mustard as an emulsifier. So I'm just taking my plastic cereal type bowl, splashing in some olive oil, just looking how big my salad is. I know how much I want. So splashing some olive oil, and it doesn't really separate from the vinegar. So you can kind of see there's the oil, there's the vinegar, even after you dump it in. So it's easy to make equal amounts, but I'm finding I like it better to maybe have about a 3-to-2 mixture where 3 parts oil and 2 parts vinegar. So a little less vinegar than oil, because the vinegar is so strong. You don't need to overpower it so bad with the too much vinegar. So today, what I did though, I don't know why, I was just opening my fridge and grabbing the ingredients, and I dumped some oil in the bowl, just a little splash. Maybe like a half a, I don't know, what's a half a eighth a cup, a splash of oil. And then I dumped in the vinegar. I was like, okay, that's about 2/3 the amount of vinegar as oil, maybe even a little less. And then I grabbed the mustard and I squirted some in there, and I went to put the mustard back, and I was like, oh, there's some ranch dressing left over from the other day anyway, or still. And I was like, let me try a little bit of that in there. So, maybe like a couple tablespoons of ranch in there also, which did add like a carb to the dressing, but it helped it emulsify and kind of all blend together a lot better. Between the oil and the vinegar, it really doesn't mix that great, but then that's what that mustard's in there for, and that kind of brings it all together. But then just a little, probably not even half as much ranch dressing as there was the spicy brown mustard, and it made it mix together really nice. And then some sea salt and pepper, and you can throw some Italian seasoning in there. I didn't do it this time, but I have before, and it's really good. And I threw that on. So that was my awesome salad. And so that is just a quick update, guys, of where I'm at. I'm so excited that I actually lost another 3 pounds this week, even though I cheated and had some meals, and I'm feeling pretty good. Like I'm not like cheating. Like I haven't had my big bowl of ice cream or junk food or chips or anything in a long time, like weeks and weeks and weeks since I've cheated like that. Probably maybe a month and a half. Yeah. If I'm looking at my calendar and I go back to where I was just eating 3 meals, 3 light meals, no snacks, 3 meals, some snacks. I'm going back and just looking 3 meals. When back in December and January, I was just eating 3 meals and working out and then fasting. And the fasting was causing the weight loss. I really wasn't super disciplined with the particular diet that I was on. But then as the weeks and the months rolled by, coming into February here, end of January, I started doing the 400-calorie meals. And that really helped me conquer that desire to overeat. Just eat your healthy salads. And I can't remember all the 400. I was making those little pizzas, which I did get some questions and comments today from subscribers about, can you show us how to make the 400-calorie meals? What all was in them? And it's just the pizza, the salads, and I can't remember what other videos are up. But I might make another video over this weekend, maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow I'll do it. I'll just go buy everything to make them pizzas, because it's right at like 400 calories or less, and they're super good. And they're just if you want to do like a 400-calorie meal kind of idea, because doing that just for 2 or 3 weeks, it really helped me stop overeating. You really can't mess around with the 400-calorie meals. And I was eating 5 or 6 of them, and like I said, I would eat my 400-calorie meal, it would not, I wouldn't be stuffed, and it's like that 315-pound Zach from years ago. Just, you want to be so stuffed that you're sick. That's when you stop eating. And I would just tell myself, slow your roll, bro. You're gonna eat another 400-calorie meal in an hour. Just, even a half hour, just separate them, right? And then go do something. And it would never be a half hour later. It would always end up being 3-4 hours later, because I would just get busy. And that's where I started doing, like, if you haven't seen all my videos, I just buy these little Lego sets, and I haven't even needed this one yet, but I got a few of them where I built where I just wanted to eat and eat. And I was like, okay, eat your 400-calorie meal, and then you got to put together this Lego set, and it's only, I don't know, like 300 pieces or something, 299 pieces. So it takes like an hour and a half. I don't know. You could probably stretch it out to 2 hours if you're just dicking around and not like really trying to hurry up and get it done. You're just kind of pacing yourself. And anyway, it gives you something to do, to burn up a little clock. Or, you hit the gym, or you go for a walk, or you go, if I'm not like a regular church goer, but, go hang out with your Christian friends, go do anything. And sometimes it'd just be as easy as, like, even being around my little apartment here, I could say, well, I'm going to do a load of laundry, do the dishes. I could just clean this place from one end to the other in like an hour and a half, and be done with every kind of, I could sweep, mop, do the dishes, clean the counters, make the bed, do the dishes, And anyway, you get all sidetracked and you forget about eating. And then all of a sudden 3 hours goes by and you're like, oh yeah, see, you're not hungry. You just want to eat, so you eat a healthy 400-calorie meal. And now, now I'm on Atkins, which you don't even count the calories. So, but my point is, it did help a ton to stop the way overeating. Like I would eat a meal where I should be done eating and then want to eat a whole bag of chips or something. I'm just trying to show you guys, like I'm trying to identify with you and tell you that I know there's a lot of overweight people out there that are just like I was. We're not all that different as human beings. Male and female we have greatly different hormones, but what drives us to want to eat, the ghrelin and the peptid YY and the different hunger and satiety hormones, they're the same in both of us, men and women. And the being addicted to sugar, and it's really not an addiction. Well, it is. I wanted to say it's not an addiction because it's healthy and natural foods that God created, and we're not addicted to apples, but we're not addicted to beets. But then when they make 10 tons of beets into 2 pounds of sugar, it's such a concentrated form of nature that it's no longer natural, and it's hyper palatable, super desired by our body to pack on fat, because that's how you survive. It's actually like, dieting and exercising, as far as prehistoric man would be considered, would be suicide. You just created a shorter lifespan of calories on your body, because fat is a way to store calories so that you can make it through times of deprivation without food. Obviously we're able to store fat so efficiently, which I've been saying for years. I am an elite fat storing machine. Like, my ancestors were bred to go long times without eating, because why else would we be so proficient at storing fat? And well, that brings up, the Atkins diet that I'm doing. Having such a, being pre-diabetic for like 10 years, and then finally getting diabetes in 2016, and then just totally reversing it and whipping its ass. Just in a matter of 2 or 3 months, my diabetes was completely gone. My A1C was back to normal, and I got it all the way back to like below. I got it down to like from 11.2 A1C, which is terrible, down to 5.4 last October. So I looked that up in I had some notes in my phone. So I'm going to take my A1C on April 1st again, and I'll be super pumped if it's anywhere near 5.4. I think it'll be a little higher than that, but should be close. I've been fasting a lot and losing weight. I'm trying to remember what I weighed when it was 5.4. I think I weighed about 2. When I say last October, I mean like the 18 months ago in October, not like the 5 months ago October. It was, I think I was about 2. 230 or 225, 230, somewhere in there. So I'm getting there. What am I now? 239. Okay, so yeah, this might be close. I'd be super pumped if it's 6.0 or under is a pretty awesome A1C for having been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes with an A1C of 11.2. The American Diabetes Association considers your A1C to be under control if it's below 7, and that's for people that take insulin. So it's like insulin dropped, or metformin, the pills, like you take that pill, it'll drop your blood sugar 100 points. You take that shot, it'll drop your blood sugar, depending on how much, you take, it will drop you all the way to dead, like that's why I would never take either one of those substances. So I've gotten myself from 315 pounds and I am 239 pounds right now. So let's just look at it too. I mean, 15, 25, 35. I'm 24 pounds away from being 100 pounds down from my high I ever was. And that'll be here. That'll be here, not April 1st, but May 1st, June 1st. It'll be here. And that will be awesome. That'll be a celebration day. That might be a 3 beer if I could even drink 3 beers. I don't know. I might be passed out by then, but that might be a celebration day. I probably gonna gain some weight in the middle of April until the beginning of May, but probably not much because I'm gonna be on vacation in the Philippines and I'm gonna be with the same woman the whole time, and we're gonna be together. And she's very small and petite woman. And I'm sure she's not going to be overeating every meal. And that'll probably help me, feel either guilty or ashamed or shy to eat, 5 times more than she's eating when we go out to eat, or if we're eating at the hotels or whatever in the resorts and stuff. So I think we'll have plenty of entertainment and activities to keep me occupied for a couple of weeks without eating so badly. So again, a recap, 96-hour fast, but I did cheat and eat 2 meals. I didn't consider it cheating. I told myself, I'm loving eating these Atkins meals. Like I am longing to have salads now. I am longing to eat healthy food, and as much of a meat eater as I am, the more and more vegetables and the more salads I eat, and it kind of started with those 400 calorie meals because meat is so much higher in calories. If you're going to eat 400 calories worth of ribeye steak, you're getting like a 4-ounce steak. Where if you eat a 400-ounce calorie salad, you get a huge bowl of salad with this packed full of all kinds of different veggies and delicious dressing, and not even it was 200 calories. Yeah, I could eat 2 of them salads for 400 calories. So not that I'm counting calories now, but it was just a great way to identify the volume of food that you're eating by calorie count. And, not that you're going to live like that for the rest of your life, but I think if you took the next 2 weeks and told yourself, my best advice is always to only drink water, tea, coffee, beer, wine in small amount, brewed thing, don't drink any pop, milk, juice, any liquid concentrated sugar, which is liquid concentrated poison. Stop all that. Go for walks. The best workout, especially if you're overweight and over 40-ish, over 50, it's just going to be walking. You don't want the high impact. You don't need big muscles for any reason. It's just inefficient. It's not longevity is not associated with large muscles. Having muscle on your body is good for your metabolism, and you do want to stay toned up. And I'm just saying, you don't need to bench press 420 pounds like I was benching in my 30s and deadlifting 505 pounds. You just hurt yourself and it ends up just turning to blubber. You're just too huge. Just be 150-pound rip dude, be 130-pound rip woman, and or whatever your size and whatever is comfortable for you. I don't mean to peg a weight on an exact weight, because look at an 160-pound woman supermodel, just for example. Like Google it. If you're a woman and you weigh 160 pounds, you don't really need to weigh less. You just need to transform your body. You just need to configure the body fat and muscle and in different areas. And same with men. You don't need to be this jacked bodybuilder looking dude. I actually just want to be a skinny, fit guy. I don't I want to be jack tanned and juicy as hell. So I'm gonna write here though. So I lost the 3 pounds. This was fast number 10. I have the check mark on there because this is like the 4th time I cheated. And well, I just, like I said, I don't consider it cheating. It's part of the program. I do what I want so that I don't feel like I'm not doing what I want. What do you want? If you want to eat a pizza, you're probably gonna have to do it enough times until you don't want to because you're fat and out of shape. And besides pizza, I don't want to even bag on pizza. Pizza is actually pretty healthy. You got some cheese and good, healthy fat and protein and a bunch of vegetables and sauce. Then the crust is the only carby part. And it's just that you can only eat one piece, maybe 2 pieces. If you ate one good sized slice of pizza and a salad, that wouldn't be that bad of a meal. But who eats pizza like that? When I was eating pizza, I was eating, the whole pizza with everything on it, with extra cheese, with extra everything. So I'm going to be doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and little healthy snacks. I don't know how to count my days of phase 1 because technically I started phase 1 on February 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So I'm like 8 days into Atkins phase 1. And well, technically no, before that I was fasting 4 days. So I'm just counting like how many days did I eat 20 grams of carbs or less, which I'm still using my chips. But like on today where I'm done fasting and I eat a meal, I don't really use the chips because I'm not even coming close to 20. I had a 3-egg omelet, which had, with some probably maybe 3 ounces of cheese, 2 eggs. So, that might have been like 5 carbs for the whole omelet. The eggs weren't even 2 carbs. The cheese, 3, 4. So yeah, it would have been about 5 carbs for that whole omelet. And then my salad, and the peppers have a lot of carbs compared to the other vegetables, and I ran out of peppers. So I had lettuce, shredded carrots. Carrots have some carbs, but raw carrots are very low on the glycemic index. They're high on the glycemic index, but when you go to the glycemic impact index, they're very low. They go from like 70 to 5 because they have so much fiber that the sugars in them are just not, they don't get into your bloodstream. They don't impact your blood sugar. So I had lettuce, the shredded carrots, onions, but only like a slice of the onion and then chopped it up in little pieces. Cucumber, like a third of a medium cucumber. And some beefsteak tomato. Tomato got a little bit of carbs. But I made my dressing. So my dressing only had 1 carb. The salad probably had 2 or 3. So yeah, I'm probably not even up to, I think I'm under 10 carbs from eating all that. So, obviously I'm staying under 20 carbs today, no problem. So 4 days of fasting 2 weeks ago, and then 4 days of keto or Atkins, and then 4 more days of fasting. So really I could say I'm like 12 days into Atkins, even though I've only actually eaten Atkins for the 4 whole days and then 1 meal today. Well, then a couple meals on the fast too. Or a couple meals in the middle of the fast. But you know what? Like even with the meals in the middle of the fast, I lost 3 pounds. And if I look at these other weeks that I lost 3 pounds, like this week I lost 3 pounds. I had no cheat meal. I just fasted. Week before that, I lost 3 pounds. I did not cheat. I only fasted 4 days. I lost 3 pounds. Fasted 4 days, lost 3 pounds. Fasted 4 days, lost 2 pounds. Fasted 4 days, but I got a check mark. This is back on January 23rd. So I ate 1 meal and I gained 2 pounds after fasting 4 days and eating 1 meal. But that 1 meal, I wasn't on a low carb diet yet. So carbs got in me, which stored a bunch of water, which gained me 2 pounds. So then I did a 4-day fast, and there's no check mark here. So it means I didn't eat anything, and I lost 3 pounds. So and then I fasted 4 more days after eating 4 days, fasted 4 days, and then lost 2 more pounds. So I'm just showing that I have 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 with no meals eaten. And now, back on February 16th, I fasted 4 days. I check mark here means I ate and I didn't lose any weight. Then the February 24th, that week of 4 days of fasting, I ate once and I lost 3 pounds. And now this time I ate twice and I lost 3 pounds. So I'm going to eat Atkins over the weekend, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Are supposed to be my 4 days off, but they got me to work Wednesday. So I'm only going to have 3 days off again, which tends to help because then I have an extra day at work, which of course I get paid for. So financially, it's healthy, wealthy, happy. So I work a little, get a little wealthier, handle your bills, handle your business. My extra hours right now are just going to paying for the vacation in the Philippines. And but dieting wise, it helps also because then I'm at work for 12 hours and I'm so used to not eating at work that I can either bring just small meals or nothing and just eat after work. So we'll see what I do about that come Wednesday. It's still Saturday night. I'm gonna I don't have any food really left in the house except for about enough vegetables to make like one more salad maybe. And so I need to go buy some more meat and some. I have about half a dozen eggs, and that's about it. I don't have any cheese. I don't have any other protein. Such eggs. So yeah, I'll do a little shopping tomorrow and do some working out. My ankle's getting better. I did 2 for like half-hour walks on the treadmill today with some incline, and I got my heart rate up a little bit because I was pumping some iron and then jumped on the treadmill with the incline. I don't think I got it up to 140 or anything, but I think I had it. Yeah, I had it over 125-ish for a while there. I was 20% incline on the treadmill and then walking like, wasn't running up that steep of an incline, but I was walking like 2 miles an hour, 2.5 miles an hour. But it's so steep that it was getting my heart rate up pretty good. So it's still that 5K training. I'm just getting my heart rate up enough. As soon as my ankle is better, I'm going to go for a 2.5 mile run because I just have to knock it out. Because I had planned on running it probably maybe like in a week or two from now, but I'm just going to look and just do it right around the April 1st time. Somewhere in that weekish time, because it'll be way in for April 1st for the finish of the fasting for the 96-hour fast. And then it'll be rolling straight into every day. I'm doing phase 1 of Atkins for not 14 days though. It'll be, way more than that. It will have already been longer than that by the time I get there. It'll be double that. And then we'll maybe all the way till April 16th when I leave for the Philippines. I will do all Atkins, and we'll see how much weight I can lose between April 1st and April 16th with no fasting and only Atkins eating with phase 1, which is the 20 carbs every day. Count my carbs, and like I've been doing. I've been 100% honest. I've been telling you guys everything I eat and all the meals I have. But I'll tell you, I could tell you now what almost every meal is either some beef, chicken. I've had some bacon, like pork bacon. I don't eat a ton of pork, but I normally buy turkey bacon, but I did have some pork bacon. And so it'll be like beef, chicken, even like sausages, like if you can get like some all beef Ambassador hot dogs. They have like 1 carb per one, so something like that, mostly it's, or eggs. So, beef, chicken, or eggs is the majority of like my protein and fat sources, and then a salad. And, my snacks have been like, I even ate like a whole red pepper the other day as a snack. Just delicious. Just sliced it up like French fries, if you remember me talking about that. So that's like the majority of what I'm eating right now. I'm not eating the nuts or anything yet. I'm not eating the berries or the melons, or I'm not even eating like apples, or it's just all it's the what they call it, the salads and the like the base vegetables. The can't remember the word for it now. Anyway, the base of the diet is vegetables and meat and super low carb, 20 grams of carbs. And I'm going to stick with this. I think this is going to bring some serious long-term victory. And I don't think it's going to take that long to wait to watch. I mean, weighing 239 after I was just 270 on When did I weigh in 270? December 20th? Starting weight 270, December 20th. Yeah. So January 20th, February 20th. So 2 months and 2 weeks ish. And I'm down 31 pounds, and it's been fairly consistent the whole time, lose weight, little plateau, lose weight, little plateau, lose weight. So looking by this pattern, I should be hitting a little plateau maybe next week and then lose a little more weight. And it'd be so awesome to get into the 220s by April 1st. Even though my goal was 218, I'm not changing the goal. I'm going to just keep bucking and racing towards that goal to the end. And because I've only just started the Atkins eating, so this might really snowball into some. Right, chef. My buddy, one of my subscribers is my friend at work, and he just put chef salad for the win. I am loving that. I'm gonna write that down because I quit. I keep forgetting to like make a chef salad. I just keep eating the steak or the meat separate. I could grill up some chicken and have like a grilled chicken salad. It'd be so awesome. I'm gonna make a big ass note for. Here's all my notes for episode 82, the Airborne episode, 82nd Airborne. None. I was like, I almost forgot to make my video. Here's my other Airborne tattoo. I forgot to show you my jump wings. That's a parachute with wings. It's not a diamond. And most of these tattoos are pretty dorky. I don't know if I showed you all of them, but they're not a big deal. They're not all that deeply impacting on my mind. I don't even think of myself as having tattoos until I see myself on camera, and I apparently have a couple tattoos. This was like the tiger, South High of my high school. I got this eagle when I was in the Army. This dude was pretty awesome. Fayetteville, North Carolina. I don't know. I can't remember where I got half of these, but they're all fun and games. So I got the big trip to the Philippines coming, and then that'll be from April 16th till May 3rd, and then I'll be back at work for a couple weeks, and then boom, right back up on vacation again for 12 days, going to the Boundary Waters, not for the whole 12 days, but a big camping trip for, I think it's five days up there. I'll probably do some more camping outside of, because I got some really lazy kind of, I don't know if I'd call them shit bigs. That I work with, that I'm going camping with, and they're just not hardcore enough to go the whole. I mean, I would have loved to just go for like 10 days and really rough it, and just enjoy nature and the solitude and the. I just enjoy getting away from the hustle and bustle of life and just, either what do you do for 10 days? I can literally sit in a hammock for 10 days and be totally at peace. Just watch the weather, watch the birds, listen to the loons in the morning. I mean, we're going to be up so far up north. I mean, we might see moose, bear, wolves. I mean, who knows? I mean, it'd be awesome to see them all. We're going to go fishing and hopefully just catch a ton of fish and be eating fish, eating some healthy, right out of the lake, right out of the boundary water lakes, fish. I mostly like panfish, but if we can catch some walleye, be good. I don't even know what other fish will be up there. If there's like trout in those lakes or, big muskie. I don't even like those kind of fish. They don't taste as good to me, but panfish are the way to go. And walleye are pretty awesome too. We got a pretty good cook coming with Chef Nate, I think they call him. He's from way out west, and he's a pretty good fish fry guy. I'm gonna hope because I'm not. I know that I can barely fillet a fish, much less do the whole preparation of the whole thing. So, guys, I hope you're enjoying the channel, getting motivated. Something I can say, something I can do. I put a couple videos from the gym, and I'm hoping to keep doing that. I'm gonna put some more videos about preparing my meals, not just showing the whole completed item, but actually showing myself make it real quick. Because I'll just prep up the ingredients and just make a 5-minute video of making the little pizza, or prep up the veggies and make the salad. Maybe show how to make the dressing, because it is so awesome. It's so easy, but maybe it's so easy you just don't even believe it's that easy. So you got to watch me make it, and it tastes delicious, and it's no carbs, and it's just simple. I buy like the gallons of olive oil because it's expensive. The bigger one you buy, the cheap. So I always have olive oil. I buy the huge things of apple cider vinegar as well, with the mother, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I buy that by the gallon as well. And what's the other ingredient? Oh, the spicy brown mustard, or any, just regular yellow mustard, Dijon mustard, whatever you want. I just bought like generic brand name, no, not brand name, off brand. I can't remember what store I was at. I think I was at Cub or Target. I can't remember, but I just bought some whatever their name brand was, spicy brown mustard, and it's awesome. It's awesome with it. So that's that. Probably gonna be posting some videos on vacation, so that might be like episode 1 of the happy series because I think the happy portion of my channel is finding somebody to love me back because I have just not been able to do that. I was married for 10 years. She never loved me back. I dated another woman for 8 years. We never really bonded and connected that way. Dated another woman for only 5 months, and I fell madly and deeply in love, crazy in love. I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life, and she just dumped me. We only been dating a little while. What are you? It's no big deal. Why you whining? I'm like, I wanted you, man. I thought you wanted to be with me for the rest of your life too. And then I dated another woman for like a year, and I was head over heels in love in the first 3 months and wanted to marry her. And within by the end of the year, I did not want to marry her. So my point is, I've not found that part of the happy life. Not that you need somebody else to be happy. I find myself very content and satisfied when I'm taking care of myself first. And when you do that, then you can attract the right mate, and the universe, God, will attract you to that person. You'll be drawn together somehow. Because you're in the similar place, whether it's, I mean, even desperate people attract each other, I mean, well, there's no surprise like Hollywood actors and actresses marry each other because they're at the top of their game. Oh, Angel, hi, buddy. I just saw your comment. Cheers, brother. I know you just cut in. I hope you're still watching. I weighed in today. I was 239 pounds, so I lost another 3 pounds. So I'm so excited. Hopefully, you can go back and watch the whole video. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but that is something I would really appreciate you guys doing, to go back on the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. There's 82. I think there's actually 83 videos there now. Becky Anna sent me a friend request. Apparently, I need to go deal with that. And watch that whole video series, because it's just gonna, it takes a long time to be able to monetize your YouTube channel, and I want to be able to customize it more and check it out more and add more features that are going to be available once you are monetized. So, and I want there to be t-shirts and different items available through the page, and not have to have other stuff. So congrats. Thank you so much. I was really surprised because I had 2 meals. I kind of cheated and had 2 meals in the middle of my 96-hour fast. One right in the middle at 96 at 48 hours, and then one more 24 hours later at the 72-hour mark. So I was like, man, I hope I didn't gain weight. And I got home from work today and weighed in, and I got under that 240 mark, and I was almost. I had my phone in my hand. I weighed 239, and then I didn't notice. I put it down and weighed myself, and I was 238. And then, but it was closer to 230. It was like 238.78 or 9 or something. I was like, well, I'll make it 239 so that I don't want to like give myself a whole almost pound and then not lose weight next week if I, depending on where I'm at. So I'm excited, guys. Thank you to the new subscribers. I think I'm not even seeing my phone around me right now, but I think there was about 20 or 30 from yesterday and 10 or 20 a couple days before that. So maybe 50 new subscribers over the last few days. So welcome to the channel, guys. I hope you'll consider sticking around and watching Zach get down to, I mean, you're going to see, guys, I'm still, I'm only 31 pounds down. It's not a big deal. I'm showing that you struggle. It's a struggle. I didn't want to be one of these channels where I just go get ripped first and then start the channel and say, here's what you got to do because I'm the genius and everything I say works. And they're all idiots. That all them programs don't work. I have the niche. I have the one, and I'm going to get rich off of it. I don't even want to do that. I wanted to show a guy that's overweight, struggling, had his heart broken over and over and over, and just decided to love himself first and take care of his business. Yeah, you're looking at me and I'm not ripped yet. Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted the channel to look like this, so that in 6 months and 12 months and 18 months, as the months go by, and I just lose 10 more pounds and 20 more pounds and 50 more pounds, and I started the channel saying I'm going to go from 270 to 170, and I believe it. It's happening. Is it going to take 2 years? Maybe. And I'm fine with that. If I'm losing like what, even if that was like 3 pounds a week, 100, yeah, if even 2 pounds a week, you'd lose 100 pounds in a year. So, just by looking at these numbers, if I stick anywhere near to this discipline, I'm losing more than 2 pounds a week on average. Well, especially because the first week I lost 14 pounds. When you go on a fast and you flush all that weight out, it's kind of deceiving. But it didn't come back. I lost 14, then I lost 3, then I lost 3, then I lost 2, then I gained 2, then I lost 3, then I lost 2, then I lost 0, then I lost 3, then I lost 3. So it's like, these numbers are adding up. And I don't even really see it in my body and my face. I noticed it in my clothes, like my work clothes that I told you. 3-4 years ago, I got down to like 218 pounds, and I needed new work clothes because my old ones were like 42 jeans. And then I lost all this weight and I got 36 jeans, and I could fit into 34s at the time. And they were just baggy. I got 36s, so I had room to grow into them just in case I gained some weight back. And that was the wrong idea. It was the wrong mentality to have, because I gained that weight back and then some to wear them. That my work shirt was just, those buttons were just begging for mercy, about ready to just ting, 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 ting. And now, plenty of room in the stomach, plenty of room to button them up again. I even I wore my workout clothes underneath my work clothes today. So I had shorts and a tank top, and then pulling my pants up over these baggy shorts. They're like with the liners in them. They're kind of like swim trunk type shorts. I like running in those, give you a little support in there. Totally fit over those and easily. Almost, I might need a belt in the next couple of weeks for sure. The pants are going to start falling off again. So that's fun, that's exciting to see. But really, when I look in the mirror, because my stomach, I almost want to stand up right now, but I can't. It's really flabby. It's getting like, it almost looks flabbier than it was a month ago, because there's that extra 10 pounds gone, and it's not hard out. It's more like just saggy, flabby, gross. So that'll be gone. It's going to be awesome. If you look at that picture on the thumbnail from a few episodes ago, where I'm just all oiled up, and like I said, in that picture, I was only 220 pounds, and that's only 19 pounds from now, and I don't even consider that was fit. That was just, I was halfway there, and I was proud of myself. And then I started dating some woman that, and it's not the women's fault at all. I'm not blaming the woman. I'm saying I date these women that I get so infatuated with that I lose my focus on my diet and my fitness and my routine, and taking care of myself, and all my whole routine. I'll not read the Bible for months because I'm just spending all my time with some woman. And that's not what I'm meant to be, so of course it never works. And thank God it never works, because I need to be focused on the Word of God, my service to the Lord, why we're here in the first place. Oh, what I want to bring up in this episode, one of my favorite psychologists, I talk about him all the time, is Jordan Peterson. I've read all his books, The Maps of Meaning, 12 Rules for Life, and Antidote to Chaos, 12 More Rules for Life. What was the rest of the title of that book? I can't remember. I don't have a hard copy of that one. I listened to that one on Audible. I do have a hard copy of 12 Rules for Life. This book, I actually, out of all of his books, I would recommend the 12 Rules for Life highly. Jordan Peterson. Anyway, he talks about finding responsibility and meaning in life, to not necessarily to just like enhance your happiness, because happiness is such a fleeting thing, right? Something good happens in life and you're happy. Something bad happens in life and you're not prepared, because you think it's all, how do I get happy? And you're like overly devastated, like, for example, getting dumped. I was overly devastated 2 girlfriends ago when I got dumped. I was literally bawling 24/7 for like 6 weeks, and then the last girlfriend that broke up with me, well, we broke up. She didn't dump me or anything, but we just didn't get along. And, I just moved on. And so I would told myself, I still love her, and she's still a great human being, and we just didn't get along, and I wish her the best of the luck. And I love her 2 boys, and, like I learned, I grew. And part of how that I learned and grew was reading Jordan Peterson's books. And anyway, he talks about responsibility and meaning. And I was listening to some other Audible books today. Once I get done with a lot of my quality control checks at work, I have an office I can sit in, and I threw on an Audible book. It's a classic. What is the name of it? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he's talking about responsibility. And I was like, I was doing some work, but I was listening at the same time. And he's like, think of the word responsible. It's response able. You're able to respond, and it's like respond to what? So it's like stimuli, responding to stimulus. And I was talking about the habits. It reminded me of how I was talking a lot about the habits: the cue, the craving, the response, and the reward. And it's how do you respond to the cues, not just in your habits, but in all these things in life. Like, for example, like some bully picks on you, you can, historically, I would attack them like a badger and rip their ass apart, because that's how I was growing up in the inner city. I just didn't learn anything different. And then later on, I learned how to just kind of intimidate them and just be like, show them that they're not the bully, I am, and they better walk away. And now, at 50 years old, almost 51, I actually feel pretty empathetic for them, and I feel sorry for them, and I pray for them, and I don't usually immediately attempt to confront them, because if somebody's bullying you, they're probably not ready to hear, hey man, Jesus loves you and I do, and I want to help you, and would you like to go out for lunch and talk about it? But not respond in a negative way, because why? Because I'm able to respond. It's my choice. So that response ability, I have the ability to choose my response in all things in life. I want to eat a cookie. Okay, do you have any control over that? Do you have a choice? Can you contemplate the consequences? Are you really going to be happy for very long? In the next 10 minutes, well, the cookie will be gone, or whatever I just said. I don't even remember. Was it cookie? The cookie will be gone, and you'll be in a bad mood. Like, this is what goes through my mind. Well, I didn't eat any of them, but they gave us cookies for Employee Appreciation Day, if it was yesterday or today or whatever day it was. And, it goes through my mind like, oh, that would probably be delicious. And delicious, what does that mean? It means it's sugar, concentrated poison in your mouth. Okay, and they've created that for us to be hyper palatable, so that we'll love it. And then I just think, maybe just get up and move, get up and walk. Like, walking helps stabilize your mood. Just walking. So, like, don't sit around when you're trying to make a choice to overcome some bad habit, negative behaviors in your life. Get up and move and move around. Even if you're just like gonna pace around the house, walk to the kitchen, back to the living room, back to the bedroom, whatever. Just move around, or get out the house and go for a walk. And walk and talk it out. And I think to myself, well, we're diabetic. That's just tons of carbs. It has no vitamins, no minerals, no fiber. It has no healthy fat. It has little to no protein. It has all empty bleached flour, processed flour, and white flour and white sugar is mostly what any kind of cake or cookie or junk food is made out of. And it's like, that's terrible for you. Really, really, really bad for your organs, bad for your blood pressure, bad for your cholesterol. And you really gotta, if you want to eat it, I recommend you eat it then. And then think about all the shit, so that next time, and however many times you got to do it, because you're just not going to have enough discipline to always want to eat the cookie and then not, and it'll drive you nuts. So you have to not want it. You have to train yourself to not want it, so that you're doing what you want to do in life. You're not going to be happy if you just feel like you're always denying yourself pleasure if you think a cookie is pleasure. To me, not eating the cookie is pleasure, and going for a run on the treadmill and feeling so much better and having so much more energy because my blood sugar and my insulin isn't on a roller coaster ride 24/7, but I actually feel good. I slept amazing last night, which reminds me about the habit I've really stuck to now for like a week, is throwing on my Audible book at night. And it's I don't care what one you throw on. I like a book like this on Audible, because he's not a super charismatic speaker when it comes to, he's an amazing speaker as far as his message is concerned. But when he's just reading his book, it's his voice is kind of raspy and kind of a little, it's just soothing. Like, I can't listen to him for 5 minutes and I'm sleeping. But I've been doing that hypnosis for weight loss. And maybe that's why I lost 3 pounds this week, because I've got subliminal messages going into my mind when I'm sleeping, just telling me, and I've listened to them awake as well. So I'm aware of what's being said. Don't make it sound like I don't know what I'm listening to, because I have stayed up and listened to it. But it's just saying, like, you're worthy of weight loss. You're healthy. It's safe for you to lose weight. You want to lose weight. It's good for you. You know that and it's just saying that for like an hour, and it's just getting in. So you listen to it while you're falling asleep, and you think, well, if you don't hear it, it's not going to affect you. I'm going to say, if you don't consciously hear it, it's going to affect you even more, because now your subconscious isn't hearing it, and your subconscious is what's controlling you. It sucks if you don't know it. If you don't believe it, well, then just keep continuing to be controlled by your subconscious. We can program it, but we're not actively in control of it every second of every day, because it's already programmed. And you have to learn how to unprogram it, which is get rid of those negative habits. And there's reasons that there's books and seminars and courses about how to just change even one little habit, like, say, quitting smoking. It should be obvious and easy. This kills you. Stop now. All right, everybody quit. Just that easy then. Well, it's not that easy, because it's so ingrained in your subconscious that it's soothing. It's a neurological relaxing thing to do, even though it's a neurological stimulant. But it does make you feel relaxed when you have a cigarette, and it's so ingrained in what your body wants, that it's not just always easy to go cold turkey. I recommend you do go cold turkey. It can be done. You can overcome smoking. I've done it. It's tough, but it's not. I think it was easier than losing 100 pounds, because, well, like, even when I started the channel, I was still using that e-cigarette, and that day it kind of was a round looking one like this, and I wasn't actually smoking it on camera, but I had it in my hand, and I was talking about habits, and I was like, you know what, this is a bad habit. This is costing me $25-$30 a week. It's not good for me. I could tell when I'm running that, it's not like smoking a cigarette bad on my lungs. Like, if you smoke a cigarette and go running, I'm hacking, but I could feel the breathing maybe restricted slightly just from having whatever chemicals. They only had like 4 ingredients on them, but it's not a natural thing to be smoking some vapor into your lungs. So anyway, I slammed it down that day, and that was way back, like, first week of January. No, that was still in December. That was in, like, yeah. So I haven't had that thing all of January, all of February. It's been like 2.5, 3 months, and I not a single puff of any cigarette or e-cigarette since that day that I slammed it down in the video. And that recalls to mind, like, the reason this is effective platform to help me, even though I started it to, kind of share my message and hopefully help other people. If you read books like Think and Grow Rich, or just a lot of these positive motivation self-help books. I just have a lot. Oh, I have a copy of the book I just said I was listening to on Audible, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is the book I'm reading on Audible right now. Maybe I'll read a little bit of it, a little hardcover one, before I go to bed tonight. But I was saying about the habits, overcoming that negative habit. And what was the point I was trying to make? Oh, because I'm documenting it, like with a YouTube channel, that's why they tell you to journal a lot, because you'll be like, when you write to yourself, I put down my e-cigarette today, I threw it in the garbage, and you're writing it down, and I'm never going to smoke it again. I'm never going to buy. And then you make a little list of, like, I'm going to save $30 a week. And with that $30, that's $120 a month. I'm going to open a investment account with the app on my phone, which there's tons of them. I use the Stash app. I saved about 50 grand in, like, it might have been like 5 years or something, but guys, it's nothing. It's like, I don't even notice. It's a small amount, comes out of my check every week and goes into that account. And I've moved it around and bought different stocks and different, um, uh, what do they call them? ETFs, and different, like, dividend paying stocks and different funds. But how awesome is that to just, I don't even consider it my money. You know what I mean? It's just going over there, and we'll just handle it. And I got 50 grand sitting there. It's not my 401. It's not my It's not my pension plan. It's not my social security. It's just something extra. It's not my silver and gold. It's something going on, and it's so easy. And it's almost based depending on how you fund it. Like I just gave an example. You're going to stop a bad negative behavior that's bad for your health, bad for your finances, and ultimately bad for your happiness. That's why I called the channel Healthy, Wealthy, Happy, because these things are so interconnected. And it's kind of it all snowballs on itself. You just got healthier, you got wealthier. 5 years later, you got 50 grand, and I mean, you're taking vacations and doing what you want. So why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you take action now? I highly recommend you get into these Audible books. Like they're not all going to be a winner. They're not all going to be, even like I read probably half a dozen books that were like almost demonic in my mind. And they were, promoted as self-help books. And you just have to stick to the word of God and apply it to these books and maybe read the Bible 51% of the time, so you're getting more Bible than other books. And that way you can always keep that healthier foundation of the word of God in the back of your mind. But if you need more help than what you feel like like you could read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and maybe not see where it talks about quitting smoking. You get my point? Okay, so there might be some other books out there that are beneficial to read besides the Bible. Or, like things just didn't exist. Like if McDonald's existed in 40 AD, 60 AD when the apostles were, Paul was still riding around writing books of the Bible, of the New Testament. If McDonald's was on every corner, it would have been in there, don't eat at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like there's things we can gather that it's like there's a Bible principle, but then this book might better convey it to you. I'm not saying it's better than the Bible, because nothing's better than Bible. It's an inspired word of God. It is men that wrote down words for God. That's what I consider the Bible to be. But like even this guy, this is an older book. This is a classic. If you're my age or anywhere near my age, you probably heard of it anyway. Or, if you've ever been in any kind of self-help or motivational books. But, he brings up biblical principles in this book repeatedly. And I had listened to it, or I had read the hardcover of this one like 20 years ago. I can't believe it's in this good a shape still. Must have had this in a good, or maybe I didn't finish it. I had, maybe I was 90% through my book markers right there. I wonder what this thing is. It's probably super old. Oh, there's notes about the book. Perception, discipline, control. I was kind of curious if there was a date on any of these notes. Looks like I was buying something. Something was $87,000. Oh my God, guys, I need some water. I can feel that dry throat coming up. Wow, I had absolutely 0 notes for episode 82, which is 80 Deuce, 82nd Airborne. Don't forget, Airborne, Zach, Airborne Zach. Instead of Zach Attack, maybe I should say Zach Airborne Attack. No, I can't remember. We got to we got to find a niche for the market. We got to find some, we got to start coming up with t-shirt ideas, guys, for the kind of the theme of the channel. So we can find each other out in the world when we run into happy, healthy, wealthy people that are loving every human being they see and wanting to make a positive impact on the world and not full of judgments or hate for anyone. Hatred is just a poison that you drink that just consumes you, does not consume your enemies. If you even consider yourself to have enemies, it's like, just don't be hateful. If you hate somebody, the problem is you hate them. They're not the problem. You are. They may be doing things that I dislike and disagree with completely, but my hatred is diverted to what God hates. Book of Proverbs talks about these are 7 things God hates, and it's like a lying tongue, and the worst of them all is a brother, someone who sows dissent among the brethren. So it's like a pot stirrer, would be like, and it's like God's all loving. It's like, oh no, there's plenty of verses in the Bible. God hates, and then here's a list. You want to save your hate for those things, and so that you're in line with the Word of God at least. And And then exactly though, what is hate? What are you gonna respond to it? Are you gonna be able to control yourself? Um, be positive. Like, oh, please turn off the news. Don't watch the news. Don't read the newspaper. Don't even watch TV because they're finding a way to get that negative news in every TV show now, even cartoons. They're putting their negative messages in everything. Um, why would there be a commercial on a television for a product that you can't buy? It's a little trick question. I'm trying to maybe some very perceptive people will catch what I'm saying out there. There's commercials. It's on TV for a product that you cannot buy. What is it? It's prescription drugs. You can't even buy them. If you need them, your doctor will give you the prescription, right? So there's no need to have a commercial for them. So why do they have commercials for them? Because you can't go buy it anyway. Because doctors don't study drugs. They want you to go tell your doctor that you need that drug. And you know what the doctor's going to do? Write it for you. And if you don't know, they get paid for it. If some doctor tells you he might be one that doesn't, but they most definitely do. There's plenty of documentation out there. Well proven. Drug companies have even sued doctors for not prescribing their drugs enough and won. So doctors they're puppets. There's tons of wonderful men and women from all over the globe that are honest and caring and are truly wanting to do the best. And they get their doctorate and they have their practice and things are going great, and they get sucked into it, and there's just nothing they can do. They either got to stop their practice. Like, I have a ton of respect for, what's his name again? Jason Fung. Do I have any of his books? Oh yeah, I have about 3 or 4 of his books. He's a Canadian nephrologist. He's an Asian guy. Now that I think of it, I don't know where he's from Asia, his ancestry, but he's Canadian. He doesn't have any accent or anything. Maybe he was even born in Canada. But he does have a little accent. But anyway, he's a diabetes doctor, a nephrologist, so I think that's like a kidney specialist. And as he had his practice, he's younger than me looking, but he's maybe 40, over 40, 45. I guess he could be pushing 50, but I don't think he is. My point is, though, that he pretty much realized that, the way he was treating diabetics and his own research was like, insulin is the problem for diabetics. Like, you have too much insulin in your body. You eat sugar, it overreacts, you become insulin resistant, your body starts making more insulin, up to 20 times more, but from your pancreas, forcing the sugar into your cells of your body, into your eyes, into your feet. That's why diabetics go blind, they lose their feet, they get neuropathy. Insulin is the problem. And then what does a doctor give you when you have diabetes? They give you more insulin. Just ridiculous. So any honest doctor would have to stop. They know it's wrong. They know it's not working. The diabetics that are on insulin have like a 10-year less life expectancy. Whereas me, who never took it, have an extended. Now that I had diabetes, I'm way healthier because it woke me up to get the shit lined up. So now, A1C is a great indicator of your longevity of life. You go to an old folks home and find a 90 plus, 100 plus year old person and find out their A1C. And you know what you're going to find out? That it's like in the 4s. It's a great indicator of how long you're going to live. Which, by the way, if you know, the life expectancy in America is like, say, 72 for men. So if I'm 50, I can say, okay, I got 22 years left on the planet. That's not accurate. You have to Google what's the life expectancy of a 50-year-old, because I made it to 50. And the 72 incorporates all ways to die, including like sudden infant death and car accidents and diseases, and every way I could have died by 50, I didn't. So now the life expectancy of a 50-year-old is all the way up to, I think it's 85 or 86. So it's kind of interesting to think about, the older you get, your life expectancy is, kind of going with it. You're not like coming up to a ticking window, like the average 70-year-old, say, lives to be like 86, 88, it's like, because they made it that long, that it's not like the average 70-year-old lives 2 more years. That's not even close, because even though the life expectancy is 72, it's because you're adding in the kid that died at 1 day old, and then you take all that and make an average. So it's very deceiving. It's almost deceiving to the point of misleadingly, trickery, like planning for retirement, and you're planning on the life expectancy of 72. It's like, well, if you're going to work till let's just say you work till you're 65, and you say, well, I only need money for 7 years. Well, the life expectancy of a 65-year-old, like I said, is like late 80s. So you might need, 20 plus years of retirement income, not just 7. Anyway, I don't know. I threw that curveball in there for some reason, talking about A1C and getting your life under control, and it kind of snowballed on me. But guys, this is like the 3rd or 4th time this has happened where I had almost no notes, and then I yacked on for over an hour. Had a couple comments. The chef salad comment, I brought it up the other day that I keep eating meat in salads, and then I was like, wait, why am I not eating chef salads? Why am I not throwing the meat in, like some chopped up cold chicken or some chopped up whatever meat? I guess it's like if I fried some bacon for breakfast and then save some of it for a salad later to add in. I just haven't done it yet. So I will check in tomorrow night, and I will do my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'll probably hit the gym. I'm going to go do some shopping, and I'm going to try to just document as much as I possibly can about this journey, because it's not like, well, I'm just talking about my diet and that's what the whole channel is about. It's like, it's my whole life. It's everything. I'm talking about taking a cold shower, which I took a long, freezing, ice cold shower after work today. The showers at work, brushing my teeth with hydrogen peroxide, listening to books so I sleep great, drinking nothing but water and tea. I had 1 cup of black tea today and water. That's all I drink. There's no other liquid. I kind of want a cup of sleepy tea, but it's already going on 10:20, 10:30. So I probably don't really need it. I'm feeling like I might be able to crash. So anyway, guys, last thing I say every night, and you know what it is? It's jump on board with Jesus, because he is the winning team. He defeated Satan in the end of the Bible, in the end of Revelation. Satan with his minions are cast into the lake of fire. If you're on his side, you'll be going with him. If you're on Jesus' side, you'll be going into the eternity, experiencing just unimaginable, unexplainable, unknowable joy, pleasure, happiness, love. And we're all going to be there. I really believe there's not a whole lot of people going to be thrown in hell. I think this whole earth age, this whole reason we're here it's to get educated and to learn about God's love and his willingness to sacrifice himself for us, which he did on the cross in the form of Jesus Christ. He came here. God himself came here to be a human and was a human with the Spirit of God that's in you, was in Jesus, and was crucified on the cross. And for that, we could all be forgiven of our sins and then choose to follow him. So jump on board with Jesus, because he loves you. I love you. And I'll catch up with you guys again tomorrow night.